there. Just noticing how terrible it looked here. This is all the fault of the virus, not my fault. But if you haven't seen me for a while, well, I don't look as pretty as I used to. Well, as you can see, I'm getting ready for the inaugural Bill tournament for the Next Steps course. Hi. Glad everybody made it yesterday. There were 11 tables. It was really fun. Maureen and I were really happy, and I was so pleased with the turnout. Okay, so I guess if there's a theme for what happened in our tournament, we might first consider strategy. We were playing a game called IMPs pairs. There are two main types of scoring in bridge, IMPs and match points. The difference is that in match points, you get ranked according to the pairs that you beat. In other words, if you are in a table of 10, a game of 10, and you beat 10 pairs, 9 other pairs rather, then you get 9 points, right? And then for every pair that you tie, you get a half a point, okay? And then those are added up the end, and you get a percentage score, right? So a top means that you are scoring in the 90s. Right? The bottom means that you're getting single digits and up to 20, 30s. And the match points game tends to be about taking tricks, right? Because the over trick makes a difference. If you're playing in a game of 10 and 9 of them make their contract plus 1 over trick, and you only make your contract, right? Then you get a bottom, right? Because all of the rest of them are tying and everybody beat you, right? So now, IMPs games are different. IMPs scoring is quite a bit different. In IMPs, we score by the difference between our score and everybody else's score. All right, so, and it's complicated but sort of fun, and I kind of like it a lot. But the bottom line is over tricks don't count as much as making your game, okay? Because if I make 400 playing 3 no trump, right? Then everybody who made 2 plus 1 in no trump, not getting the game, right? They're going to score 150, where I'm going to be scoring 400, right? And the difference, what the score is based on, is the difference between 400 and 150, okay? So bottom line is you got to make your games, you got to bid your games when you're playing IMPs. You can't be satisfied to play cautious. You need to bid your games aggressively. And also, you have to make them, right? It doesn't do you any good to bid a game and then not make it, right? So we tend to not play for over tricks. We tend to play to make our contract, knowing that an over trick will be a matter of an imp or two, whereas not making the contract is going to cost you. So in this first hand yesterday, what we saw is people didn't make it to game. And it's inexcusable, right? It's just a matter of counting, right? So we start off, we got 10, 11, 14 points, okay? We would think of this as a two-suited, semi-balanced, maximum minimum, or max for our minimum. We start at 1 spade. Right, our top of we like this hand. And North bids 2 no trump. Now, what happened was a lot of people didn't bid North's hand correctly. Okay, this 2 no trump is the definition of 11 high card points. It could be a really good 10, it could be a really bad 12, but one thing you can say is it's 11. And now we just have a math problem. And you don't need to think about any of the suits. Are the suits stopped or anything like that? Forget about that. Unless they've announced to you that they have a suit, just assume your partner has them. 14 plus 11 is 25. Now I could offer 3 hearts on the way, and they put me right back in no trump, or they are in no trump. Okay, so either way, what we've done is we've gotten ourselves to a no trump contract, and that's the key on this hand. Okay, that's hand number 1. Let's jump over in the other suit. I'm sorry, in the other seat. We're not going to jump suits. And let's see what we got. Pretty nice. That spade suit sits nice. The hearts are nice. And we've got king, queen, jack of diamonds, and they're starting us off on that. So this is, and we got some clubs to set up. We could even do that right away. Only iffy hand is the eight. Where are the ace, queen of hearts, right? We kind of wonder about that. Might have blocked up the club suit here. Okay, but this isn't the point. It makes, and people were making in no trump. I may have screwed it up talking too much while I was playing. There we go. Kind of a haphazard line there. Sorry about that. But as you can see, and these break nicely, we will make 3 plus 1. Now the 3 plus 1 is a nice match points thing, but this isn't about match points. It's about getting to game in the first place. Continuing along with the idea of imp strategy, we have a hand here, board 3, where we end up having a choice between 3 no trump and 5 clubs. Okay. Now at match points, this is not a whole lot of thinking. We take the 3 no trump. Why? Because the over tricks matter. Right? If we play 5 clubs, we're not vulnerable. So if we play 5 clubs, we make 10 tricks, 11 tricks, we get 400 points, right? But if you're in no trump and we take 10 tricks, 11 tricks, now we've got 2 extra over tricks, right? So we are 3 plus 2. So we get our 400 plus 60 more points, right? So we end up with 460. So it's 460 in no trump, 400 in clubs, right? And if you're playing match points, you definitely want to be in the no trump contract. But at imps, what we play is for the safe contract. And watch what happens. We get 1 club, 2 clubs, 3 clubs, and North has this decision to make, right? They know they have the diamond stop. Looks like the spades are good, but the question is, do they want to play 3 no trump with king 7? Well, if they lead hearts, we know they're stopped once, as long as we're playing no trump, right? Because the heart, if they lead hearts, that means that our king will always be good, sitting in the 4th seat, right? But the question is, what happens then? What if our club suit is, say, missing the ace of clubs, right? And now we have to set it up. So now at match points, nobody else bidding. I'm bidding 3 no trump here. Okay, I'm not even thinking twice about it. Right, I'll take my shot at 3 no trump because it looks like this hand's going to make a whole lot of tricks because we're going to have this club fit. I got 3 top diamonds, right? He's bid spades. It looks like it, it looks like it could take over tricks at 3 no trump. So at match points, I want to be in 3 no trump, and I'm willing to take a shot there. And most match point players will. At imps, though, all I need to do is get the safer game, right? So is 5 clubs safer than 3 no trump? Not hard to take 3 tricks, is it? So I think I would take 3 no trump here, but I have sympathy and understand those who bail to 5 clubs instead, worrying about the heart suit. Of course, they saw this. This came down immediately, and they're like, oh, shoot, right? Now we have time to set up our clubs. May even have time to set up the spades, and we have the diamonds, right? So this hand makes, we get 2 hearts. we get 4 clubs, and we get 3 diamonds. So at 3 no trump, making easily, right? Hearts, by the way, is the only lead that will hold it to 3 no trump. And if you are, so you'll make 400. And in 5 clubs, what do you make? 400. Except you have to take 11 tricks to do that. So safe game at imps, 3 no trump, even if it's a little iffy, at match points. Okay, this is a general rule, but what you want to be thinking about is take the safe game. The concept of the safe contract at imps is important too. Here we have a choices basically be playing 2 no trump, 3 no trump, or 3 diamonds, but we basically rule out a diamond game because we're just not that strong. We have a minimum balanced hand with the diamond opener. There's a spade overcall, which is telling, 5 spades, right? Spade Q-bid, which is going to show max for a robot's pass, so 10, 11 points. And then I have a decision to make. Do I want to show hearts at the 3 level, pushing us to 3 no trump if West has the goods and spades, has a stopper and spades. But the problem is we're going to push ourselves pretty high. The robot's going to think I'm stronger than I am to begin with, right? If I bid this, see what happens. He does put me in 3 no trump. Okay, so I lied a little bit. I was aggressive. Now, is this a good play? I don't know. The problem is the spades, right? And our bailout position was 4 diamonds. Lot's going to matter on the position of the king of diamonds here. Looks good. And robot certainly had stoppers, right? Ace, queen, jack, 8. And there you go. Now you got to get back one more time for the king. Or you cash the ace for the king. Notice how he unblocked. Headed back over for 2 more diamonds. That takes us to 7 tricks. We have the jack of spades for 8. There's 8. And then we have the ace of clubs for 9. Now he's going to take a stab at the ace of hearts. Is unlucky, but probably robot is going to have to lead a club here at some point. Oh, or robot will. North robot will. Pretty safe that a club lead was still coming. Took a shot at getting a 10th trick. Unnecessary. Under our imp rules, right? Just make your game. So it was there. Now, was it the best play? Well, nobody bid 3 no trump, so it's going to get a great score if you do it. Is it the right auction, though? I don't know. I think probably the right auction was to simply bid 3 diamonds and take advantage of the layout to make. I think you can make 4. Right, the spade is incredible value to you, right? But if you bail here and you think the 3 no trump is too risky, I'm not gonna criticize you. You had a heart bid. Certainly, if you were at 14, you would be thinking about 3 no trump. But the whole thing came down to the spades. Now look how this thing plays like a dream, right? First of all, 2 of diamonds. Is the 2 of diamonds going to be from the king? No, simply not. So we know where the king is right away. And the 2 of diamonds is likely to be a singleton. We know where the king of spades is, right? Because he's not making an overcall with 10, 9, 8 something. Right? He's got the king, so we know he have at least 1 trick here. The only problem is, well, does North only have a singleton in spades? He's not going to be able to rough in, but so it really doesn't matter. Because we know where the king is and we're going to take it from him. Yeah. So there's the single. He pitches a 9. And then we can lead up at the, well, we can play the 8. North doesn't have any spades left. Or, I'm sorry, North doesn't have the king. So now we got 1 more trick there that we can take. We can take a shot at the ace of hearts. It's a losing shot. And here comes a spade. Club back through to the king. So we're always going to have a club loser. But because we took a shot at that heart, we can lead back over, rough it, drop that losing club underneath the ace of spades, and cross rough for 2 more tricks to get 10. So no diamond game. There was a possibility of a 3-no trump game, although it was a bit of a stretch. It was there. Had West been unable to bid no trump with his stopper, we would have returned to 4 diamonds, where it would make, I don't know, up in the air on that one, which is better. We had 11 tables, and we had 8 different scorers. I mean, different contracts on this one. So it's all over the place. I think it's largely dependent on what North and if North and South can get into the auction. So, anyways, here South comes in with a diamond. West bids a heart. North raises the diamonds. Looks like they've got, this suit is shaping up to be something like 5-3-3-2 or 5-4-3-1. I don't see a way. We're not vulnerable. I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to bid. He may have 4 spades, maybe, or it doesn't necessarily promise 3 spades. And what is his double saying? 9 to 12 points. So basically he's saying he's got the invitational hand. So we got the majority of the points. The 9 of diamonds is attractive. Ace king, solid. My partner's going to have some winners in spades and hearts. He's got to have some points for this bid. So generally speaking, we never want to double people into game, right? Double at low-level doubles at IMPs can be a disaster. You double 2 hearts, for instance, and they make it. Right now you've doubled them into game, and on top of that, they get the insult that you doubled them. So, the idea of letting this sit here and converting it because of the majority of the points might be a little risky. But you know what? I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. I've got to bid, and I decide to convert. I think we're going to take a lot of tricks, and I'm hoping to go positive. Right, so we get the king of diamonds right away. So it is going to be 5-3-3-2 unless South has 6 for the overcall. I've got the ace king, and the heart and spade suits are empty here in terms of top honor. So my partner is going to give us some tricks. Now the thing that is intriguing me about my diamonds is the position of the 10 between the jack and 9. This means I'm going to get 2 diamond tricks. Why? Because the queen wins the next one. Now, I'm not going to lead them. When they lead them, the queen of diamonds will win, but I'm going to be promoting, right? If he plays the 10, I play the jack. If he plays the 4, I play the 9. Either way, when the queen wins, I have the top card. So I get 2 diamond tricks, hopefully 2 club tricks, that's 4, and then I think my partner has some tricks over there. And I think I'm going to start with the clubs. Just to let them know that I would love to get a lead back through the clubs, right? So I could pick up the queen. Of course, that's assuming that South doesn't have, has 2 clubs, which is possible. That would just make it a 4-4-3-2 club suit with my partner and I having 4 fours. Right? So now I need to get to them. And I'm going to start with the hearts, just because they're shorter and less likely to get it roughed. And we get the ace. Nice. Here comes the trump promotion I told you about, right? I covered the 10, now the 9 is high. And he takes it out. So we're up to 4 tricks. 5 with the clubs. And it looks like the king didn't my partner win with the ace of hearts, so the king of hearts would be in South's hand. So let's look for a spade winner. You can play it there. There it is, which the second time around wants to capture. And get Jack of clubs. Try the ace of clubs, but pretty sure that that's not going to work. Gets roughed. 10 of hearts. Jack of hearts wins. We're at 7. I think that's probably all. Oh, he gets the 10. So while y'all were making part scores and going down 1 or 2, I managed to make 500 on this. So another imp strategy. Doubles can be devastating. Right? If you catch them in the right position, a double can kill them. Right? This is 500 points. The highest scored in our thing was 100 points. Somebody went 100 points positive with a set. I'm sorry, 150. Right? So I'm over the highest person. I am 350 points higher. So this is a big imps winner by being opportunistic in terms of your penalty doubles. As a last little discussion of imp pairs strategy, we might want to think about this. What about a slam? Okay. Now, the scoring is done on something called an imp pair chart. Imp charts, imp scoring chart. There we go. You can find one of these, lots of them there on your by just Googling them. Basically, the difference in the scoring, right, determines how many imps you get. And there's a lot more math when you have a bunch of people playing, right? If you were just playing against another table, you could just do this. But there's more math involved. But what we can see is that if the difference in your scoring, if you're making 620 and because you bid the game and the other table is making 170 because they didn't, you would subtract, you'd figure out what the difference is, and you would put it up in here and then come across and find your imps. When we make a slam, let's say we can make 6 hearts here, that's 1430. They will be making 680 for 4 plus 2. The difference in that is 7 is 750 points, right? So that's fabulous. Come down here to 750, and this is, you can see you're going to get a huge imp swing. Now the problem with the slam is this. If it's only making 5 tricks, and you're the only one who bids 6 hearts, and you can only make 5 tricks, then they're all making 650, and you're getting a negative 100 because you're vulnerable, right? And now that huge difference goes against you, right? So with slams, you want to bid them if you can, right? And that's why we have all sorts of little scientific methods like control bids and exclusion and key card ass and last train and series 3 no trump. They're all aimed at imp games, and the idea that we need to scientifically figure out whether we have a slam. Right? So that's that. So the question is, do we have a slam here? Well, I have 6, 7, 8, 4, 11, 12, 13 points, right? 6, 7, 8, and 5 is 13. Stiff and spades. Nice club suit, nice diamonds, and I have support. This is a pretty good hand. Why? Because my lower honors are in the heart suit. My higher honors are in the side suits. So I like this hand. But we'll start with 2 clubs, forcing 2 over 1 game force. And we get this preemptive bid that is probably weak. And my partner doubles. So what does my partner have? Well, my partner probably is willing to play this as a doubled game contract, and we would probably set him. But I am still thinking that, well, wait a whole second here. I'm not sure I want to go that direction because I really like my hand. I know we're making 620, but I'm also kind of curious as to whether we can make more because I have a stiff spade, and apparently my partner is willing to play this doubled and down, right? Biddable spades. This is a penalty double. But I'm not going to stop there. I just don't think that's enough. Okay, so I'm going to play 4 hearts. Why? Because how much, to beat 620, we would have to set him once for 200, twice for 500, 3 times for 800. Now, if we didn't have a game, that'd be fine. If the colors were different and our game was only worth 420, that'd be different. But here, we have to hold them to 6 tricks, or we're not going to do as good as we would do in our game. So I'm going to go ahead and bid 4 hearts, which is apparently just what my partner wanted to hear. I got 2 key cards. This is an ask. I got 2 key cards, no Queen of Hearts, so the answer is 5 hearts. And we get to the 6 heart contract. I don't think that's a difficult auction. Right? I've played it both ways with robots, by the way, and whether robot is in East or robot is in West, it still gets to 6 hearts. So, interesting idea, and it makes, and I hope that this IMP strategy was a worthwhile discussion as we enter into our tournament playing days as next steppers. I'm not sure, but we may be playing match points next week, but if not, maybe down the road we'll get Maureen to set up as a match points, and then we can discuss some match point strategy as well. All right, so that's that, and I will see you. Be afraid, be very